Woo! Good morning, market snappers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. If you're new to the live stream, awesome. Welcome. If you're returning to the live stream, even better. Good to see you back on here. On the first half, we will cover Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, and anything else that jumps out at us on the watch list. And stick around for the second half of the live stream. We will cover your chart requests. Just make sure to put in the ticker symbol, put in the name of the asset, and the asset class. Is it crypto? Is it stock? What's the name of it? And the ticker symbol helps me keep the live streaming, so I can search for it quickly. And any late requests probably won't get done. So to make sure to put in your chart requests early bird gets a worm. So with that, obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. And hopefully we have a little bit of fun and entertainment along the way, making fun of me if that's what it takes. But good morning, Brandon Pool -N1V2D. Hello. Amoeba 42. Good morning. Can we look at corn? Yeah, thank you for putting in all the details. I appreciate that, and it helps us look for it quickly. So we'll take a look at it on the second half. So stay tuned for that. What are we looking at? Bitcoin sell signal, $55,000. Question mark, right? So can't really see it, so I'm going to move it. But if you move the fractal that we put on before the breakdown, so back on March 17th, we put this fractal on. It was basically this fractal from January 14th all the way down to February 4th. Price broke down. Had the sell signal. The red candle means sell. I don't have the buy and sell signals on here, but just to keep the chart cleaner, I do have the reversal candles still on here as the label, but we just know that the red candle means there was a sell signal, and we had multiple candle closes below the trending dots. We had multiple candles close below the upward sloping trend line, right? Now it seems like price is getting rejected off of those trending dots. So price came back for a retest. Price came back for a retest of the upward sloping trend line. And it seems like it's getting rejected now. Price is back to 69,829-ish. And a close off of that would signal, mic check, good. Volume, good. All right. A close below again would signal that was the back test, and it would look like we were resuming off, which is a higher probability that price is going lower, right? And then we'll find out tomorrow if there's follow through to the downside, takes out this pivot point. Then we'll find out in the next days or weeks if we see price take out this pivot point, this pivot point, this pivot point, right? And then ultimately take out that wick, retest the 200-week SMA, the blue line, which is currently at 54,104.48, right? It's a slow moving average. That was our main thesis. Price got within 3% of retesting the blue SMA, 200-week SMA, but we haven't retested it yet. And when I posted that chart on October 10th, The main thesis was we will retest the blue line before we make a new all-time high. And here we are, 69,000. Here we are, the blue line's at 59,000. And here we are, price went all the way down to 60,000. So it got within, now it's in hindsight, it's within under $1,000. But at the time, it was within $2,000 because it was at 58,000. So the SMA has increased $1,000 since February 6th because, like I said, it's a slow moving target. So we're continuing to watch this exact setup play, right? Price was dropping, price was getting oversold, the blue candles. There was bullish divergence. There was the bounce up into the exact same two market sniper targets as 2022. The exact same market sniper targets from March, April 2022. Then we called it out in real time. Sell signal below the trailing dots, below the upward sloping trend line. And then we even talked about it over here, 81,000. We could see a long squeeze, meaning we could see prices go down to 66,000 very quickly. In hindsight, that was true. The opposite of a short squeeze, a long squeeze. And then prices getting oversold can remain that way. Prices getting oversold, wick at the bottom, reverse candle. We were talking about the next bounce, the next relief rally. Bullish divergence again, straight out of the December playbook. One bounce into the exact same two market sniper targets. Second bounce, and now it's breaking back down, right? So differences for sure, but eerily similar. Differences for sure, because timing itself, let's see, timing. $54 bars, right? So 54 bars, and it was like 21%. This 39 bars and 26%. So differences, but still similarities. So it's 15 days less and a higher bounce. But now it's breaking back down. The trending dots are starting to curl back over, and the probabilities continue to increase that we're going to see the 200-week SMA be retested. When? We don't have a magic crystal ball. I wish we did have a magic crystal ball. But we do a lot of forecasting. We do a lot of speculation. And we will never be 100% accurate. But we'll continue to be the foresight crew, not the hindsight crew, that tells you what happens after the move happens because of XYZ news or XYZ narrative, right? We're forecasting and speculating based off purely on the charts. What is the data telling us based off of the charts? So stick around. We will cover the weekly chart, the 2-week chart, the 3-week chart, and the monthly chart to show us the overall trend, the overall momentum, the overall trend of that momentum is bearish. So that's why we are expecting bounces to get sold off. Yesterday, I went on a little bit of a rant or a ramble because someone posted about XYZ influencers, traders, investors calling for new all-time highs. And the ramble yesterday was they do not understand momentum whatsoever. It's longer-term bearish momentum on the higher time frames. The longer-term bearish momentum tells us that it's going to take time for the momentum to get turned around. It doesn't just magically flip around in a V-shaped recovery when bearish momentum is to the downside on these higher time frames. So we're going to cover all of that. Brian Esquivel, 1575. Good morning, ladies and gents. My brother, Jesse, can we review? Yeah, I mean, it's like 95% gents, but we still have 5% ladies, according to the analytics. So shout out to them. Shout out to the 5%. Can we review SNDK stock? Yeah, we'll circle back to it later in the second half. So stick around. So that's the weekly chart. Before we get into the higher time frames of why we are still in a bear market and why the bearish momentum is to the downside, not the upside, a word from our sponsors. Oh, wait, we don't have any sponsors. Oh, Jesse, that was a good one. We've never taken $1 of affiliate money. We've never been paid to sponsor anything. We've had many opportunities, probably an opportunity every day in my direct message. We've never shilled a coin. We've never promoted tokens. We've never promoted any company, let alone a company that's gone out of business, a bankruptcy, a scam company. We've never done any of that. So we have earned the right to talk about Market Sniper Pro for just a brief second. So we won't spend too much time on it. Let's jump right in. But you can find all the features over here. What's inside? You get the features. We have our own charting system. It's getting better and better every day. Every day I'm using it more and more compared to TradingView. We're still using TradingView as a bridge. So let me not pretend that we're not still using TradingView. We're still using TradingView. The original indicators were all built on TradingView, but we've recreated them from PineScript to Python as well. So it's all under indicators. Dashboard is the worst that it'll ever get. It continues to get better. Indicators, recorded coaching, 70 plus hours if you want to take a deep dive. Online community, we have our own online community on our portal, website portal, but we're also using Discord as a bridge as well. Discord, we have sniper alerts with all the details that is set up from our screener. And some of those alerts are going out as teaser signals over on X, Market Sniper Pro X. So you can kind of see what the teaser symbols are, and then all the details are on the sniper alerts in the Discord. So you'll see those every single day, bullish and bearish. So bullish breakouts before they break out, hopefully, and bearish breakdowns before they break down. So, yep, that's usually it's on the watch list, Toby. So stick around. So that's the features. You can see it over here. This is our this is our charting system, and the indicators. We have trend, momentum, volatility, volume, and then you can filter by sniper. So again, we recreated these sniper indicators. We have them on TradingView and PineScript, but we recreated them on Python as well. So we have them on both platforms. The screener over here, you can narrow down the results to, say RSI divergence, bullish or bearish. You do the weekly, all that stuff, right? So you can take a look at you can narrow it down by stocks, crypto, ETFs, Forex, commodities, all that stuff. So, and then there's other things too, like the strategy builder, alerts. We have news that you can check out if you're into that. Oh, Celsius stocks. Oh, different Celsius. Log trade, all that stuff. We haven't rolled out Sniper Assist Spotter, but locked in, Jesse. So you can how's my week, analyze BTC, check positions, review patterns, all that stuff. So we do have it built in, but we're still using it to test it, all that, see if we can make it better and better and better before releasing it to the masses, releasing it to our own sniper community. So we have it built. We're still going through it all, but and then of course, this is our online community. This is our recorded coaching, 70 plus hours, all of that, dashboard and charting system, right? So there's a lot, and we're just going to continue to keep building out every single aspect. So $49 really sounds like a steal, because when we first rolled all this out for like kind of like a mini relaunch in November, or I think it was the last couple days of October, it didn't have any of this. Well, it had probably about 10% of it or 15% of it. And we rolled it out for $49 a month. Now we've exponentially have built more tools exponentially. And the price is still $49. So consider this still a soft launch at $49 a month. AI says that we should be charging $199 a month for all the tools that you get, but we're going to leave it at $49 for the near future. And then at one day I'm just going to wake up and just say, you're right, AI, it should be $199 a month, and we will increase prices, and that's that. So, but you don't need any Black Friday deals. This is considered your Black Friday deal until we increase prices. And if you do sign up for the $49 a month or take advantage of the yearly of $490, which comes out to like $40 a month, then you're locked in for as long as you want to be a member. We're not going to increase prices on you. I hate that. I've been a loyal member to a business, for example, and they keep increasing my subscription price, even though I was one of the first ones. And it's very annoying. So I vow to never do that. If you lock in at $49 a month and you want to be a market sniper for a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is, you'll still have the same price. So that's what I vow. I will not increase it if you lock in a price. Now, if you leave and then come back and the price is higher, then that's a different story. So with that, let's get back to it. Let's cover the weekly chart. Similar look on the daily chart. Similar look on the daily chart. All things that we posted about. Different looks. Same idea. And let's go over the weekly chart. And let's look at the October 10th post. Make sure not to get off a log. Right? So this was the bear market roadmap that we posted on October 10th. And you can see the red trending dots are still trending down on the weekly chart. This fractal was put out on October 10th. We didn't just start talking about it yesterday. We didn't just start talking about it last month. We posted this on October 10th. And since then, it's still on track. In fact, price is still ahead of it, even though we've been going sideways since the first week of February, about 5 or 6 weeks. It was letting the trending dots catch up price. It was letting the fractal catch up price, right? So that's what we continue to watch. So maybe by end of April, early May, we see price down here at 59,000, retesting the blue line. Maybe before. Maybe by the end of April, early May, we see price at 55,000. Maybe faster, maybe sooner. Maybe we see price all the way down at $47,000 by the first week or two of May. Maybe beforehand. right? This is where we don't have a magic crystal ball. We can forecast and speculate very, very similarly to the 2022 back in October 10th and be right, but I can't see into the future. I can't predict the future. Based off of probabilities, based off of obsessively staring at charts, based off of obsessively staring at Bitcoin charts since 2020, 6 years, we can forecast accurately, not 100% accurately, but we can forecast accurately. And we have receipts and timestamps and all that to prove that. So it's not like I'm just saying this. You can go back and look at posts. It seems like we're right on track. Seems like we're still ahead of schedule, right? So it continues to track both the trending dots, which is downward trend. So that's why we expect each bounce, whatever the bounce is, we expect each bounce to get sold off. Not because we're a perma bear. We are far from a perma bear. I would love and prefer to be in a bull market. Ooh, Tron. For example, I'm in a bullish Tron trade, both on option calls and stocks and stock. So we'll cover that. We'll take a quick glance at it. So this is where we're at, and this is symbolizing, hopefully the market bosses will give us bullish divergence at the bottom again for Bitcoin. That's what we really hope for. They gave us bearish divergence at the top of 2025. They gave us bullish divergence at the bottom of 2022. They gave us bearish divergence at the top of November 2021. They gave us bullish divergence at the bottom of July 2021. Thank you. They gave us bearish divergence at the local top of April 2021. Thank you. Woo-wee. Thank you. Thank you, market bosses. We appreciate your service. So, please give us bullish divergence at the bottom of 2026, just like 2022. We would appreciate it. Just like it was July 2021 when I was buying the dip at 32,300, 10x leverage, when everyone and their brother was bearish. July 2021, right? So there we go. What else? So that's weekly chart. Let's take a look at a different view. Similar idea, same setup with fractal, but it's with the line. So it's good to just get a different view of it. And we have the opportunity zone here below the 200-week SMA, right? So below the 200-week SMA, the blue line, I call the opportunity zone. And a lot of influencers copied that without credit in 2022 when I had the opportunity zone much lower. Price was up here in 2022. And I said, buy the right dip in the opportunity zone. And as we were getting closer, they were talking about new all-time highs. We were getting closer. Then they started using my opportunity zone. To my knowledge, nobody was posting opportunity zone until after they saw my charts. So compliment, I guess, but it's a copycat league nonetheless. So here we are. We're bringing out the opportunity zone again. For the new viewers, I don't just buy blindly on the opportunity zone. You could, and historically is been a better time to buy historically than in the past, but I don't just buy blindly. I still look for a higher probability of a reversal to buy the right dip, because the dip could keep dipping. And one thing is for certain, if we do see a larger market correction like the 2008 like crash or the dot-com bubble like crash, then I would expect Bitcoin to fall even further than target 5. So Bitcoin would be less than 40,000. Bitcoin could be at 30,000. Bitcoin could be at 25,000 or less. We don't know. So that's why I'll still wait to buy the right dip, because that dip could keep dipping. Now, this is still my main thesis. This is 1A. So if I had a 1B, it would be that we're in a larger we're in a larger stock market crash, and Bitcoin is going to go lower, right? So that'd be 1B, or just call it 1 and 2. And 3 is that we have a shorter, it's not really even on the table in my opinion, but a shorter, lesser correction where we don't even go below the 200-week estimate. I don't think that happens. It's always a possibility. So, HODL. Here, let's go back. Hold on. Before we do that, let's do this and just show the overall trend. So, weekly chart continues to be bearish. The 2-week chart, let's get back on candles. 2-week chart remains bearish. The trending dots continue to trend downward. Red trending dots break out of the red trending dots on the 2-week chart, right? Early January. We're not even close to that yet. People calling for new all-time highs, literally all the way down. Literally all the way down. They're still calling for new all-time highs in 2026. It's going to take time. Not only for the trending dots to flip around, but then bullish momentum has to come all the way back to make new all-time highs. And that took a while, right? So if we're somewhere here and we're going to be doing new all-time highs, that could be 644 days from now. As an example, that's nearly 2 years, right? So June 2022 to, not quite 2 years, but it's possible we don't see new all-time highs. Here, let me do this again. It's possible we don't see new all-time highs till the end of 2027. So almost 2 years, right? A year and 9 months, roughly. That's possible. So for anyone calling new all-time highs literally all the way down, they do not understand momentum whatsoever. And this is the kind of the ramble that we went on yesterday. So we won't get too farther into it. But first of all, the trending dots and price have to come down and kind of reset. That's number one. We haven't even seen that yet, right? Trending dots come down, reset, price comes down, resets, whatever the price is. And then it starts to flip back around. And then momentum builds back up and price starts going back up. And the hype train starts to pump back up. It takes time for all that to happen, right? It takes time. So if you're looking at timing wise, right? We have the fractal on there. So you can see the fractal November, December lines up with the trending dots. So the trending dots line up with this fractal as well. So if 2022, 2023, 2024 play out again, this would be the playbook again all the way through December. So it would take some time, right? And of course, if this time is different and there is a bigger stock market crash, then, it may take even longer than that, right? And the one thing we have to worry about and watch, well, we don't have to worry about it, but one thing we have to watch is if it's a bigger correction, because then it could go deeper and longer and take even longer to make a new all-time high. So HODL breaking down, plenty of gaps below. We've been talking about this every single live stream. What if, and it seems very logical that these Bitcoin ETFs will come back down to revisit the January 2024 lows. If so, Bitcoin will be at 39,000. We're going to go a little bit faster. I got a lot to do today. A lot of great stuff coming down the pipeline. Woo! I am bullish on the market snipers. We have so much goodness coming down the pipelines. There's just only so much time in the day to like build everything, talk about it. There's so many new features that I haven't even covered that we've rolled out, that current market snipers probably don't even realize that we have all these new tools. So I haven't even had time to do updates of what tools we've just rolled out. It's crazy. It's good stuff though. Good stuff. Bitcoin versus gold monthly chart, downward sloping 200 week. Hold on. In the history of Bitcoin versus gold, we've never seen a downward sloping 200 week SMA. The first time ever. That's not good. You would not want to see that Bitcoin versus the dollar. You would not want to see it. Monthly RSI closed at 34 in February. That's the lowest ever. So something to consider. Bitcoin versus Euro already tagged and went below the 200 week SMA. Market cap, right? This should be over here like that. What else? Ethereum came all the way up to almost 2,400 on the wick. We talked about it. Ethereum has a downward sloping 200 week SMA. You wouldn't want to see Bitcoin do that. So something to think about. XRP, Chainlink, downward sloping 200 week SMA, has been in a bear market since May 2021, right? Cardano, never making a new all-time high. The all-time high was September 2021. So more than 4 years, 4.5 years. And Cardano continues to keep dropping. Remember the influencers this whole entire time, right? Even December 2024, we started to have a downward sloping 200 week SMA. And for the last year and a half, year and a half, they're still calling for new all-time highs, right? The bottom is in. Generational wealth. Well, you can't even keep up with inflation, right? Inflation plus this chart, you're losing value every single day if you're holding, right? If you're holding. So still bearish. Algo, still bearish. Downward sloping 200 week SMA. H bar, same thing. XLM, downward sloping 200. Near, still bearish. longer term. MicroStrategy, the canary in the coal mine. We talked about it. We said it. We talked about it. The Adam and Eve double top pattern, right? Still in a bear market. The top was in November 2024. Still in a bear market today, March 2026. So, year and a half. And it's not done yet, timing wise. And with the Adam and Eve double top pattern, we could see prices back down at $81. It's possible. Maybe even fill some of these gaps down here. It's possible, right? So trending dots are still lower. We'll see how it plays out. We'll come back to the NASDAQ SP 500. Gold, pending sell signal on the weekly chart. Getting oversold on the daily chart. The trending dots are way up here at 5,017. It's possible we see a bounce. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but we could see a bounce. Relief rally. Let's see. 27% drop, basically. So could see that relief rally. Price puts in a lower high on the weekly chart. Another one, and then comes all the way back down to the 200-week SMA. So we kind of already have it mapped out. However, the lower high looks, right? We could see it. Silver had the lower high, dropped down again. The dollar still currently bullish on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, still bullish. Came back for a retest of the trailing dots. What else? VIX is still elevated at 26.45. The VIX is still bullish on multiple time frames. Came all the way back down for a wick at 20.65. Has pushed back up. 2-week chart remains bullish and elevated. 3-week chart, too. The monthly chart remains bullish and elevated. Woo-wee. Signaling that the correction is not over for the overall markets. Signaling that the volatility is still in the markets, right? What else? What else? SQQQQQQQ. Daily chart. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. So that's about it there. Daily chart. Texas crude oil came back to the retest the trailing dots. Has bounced off since. Talked about the Adam and Eve double bottom, right? Back above the 200-week SMA. Boom, boom, boom. Coin. Shell. Mm-hmm. MU, bearish divergence. Talked about it. Yesterday, it was a price was up here. We talked about the bearish divergence, and then there was a pending sell signal, closed with the sell signal. So there you go on MU. The 10-year yield is bullish. The 10-year yield is bullish on the daily chart, the weekly chart, and the monthly chart has a bullish engulfing candle. If the 10-year yield breaks above 4.5%, this would be a long consolidation period. And if it breaks above, look out above, right? I think that's a little bit large and in charge. Let's see. Let's be a little bit more conservative, Jesse. Right? So we'll see. 6% from 4.4. Woo! It's above the 200-week SMA. Came back to retest it, right? So it was bullish, broke out of it at 1.77 back in January 2022, went on a big run, consolidated right back to the 200-week SMA, retested it, and now we're going to find out if it's going to break to the upside or the downside. It's possible it breaks to the downside, but right now there's momentum to the upside. Like I said, bullish engulfing candle. The month isn't over. We still have a week left, but bullish engulfing candle would get back above the red trending dots, could break out to the upside, all of that. So we'll see how it plays out. Broke this 40-year downward trend, right? It's been bullish ever since. Consolidated for a couple of years. 200, I mean the 200, the US 2-year yield. Let's go to Tron, up 18%, 18.5% today. Woo-wee. Hit target 2, nearly hit target 3 at 2.84. This was based off of 2.71. So at some point when I wasn't paying attention, it hit 2.84. So the percent gain would have been even higher. The screener caught this one. And then we double check the charts, and you have to execute it yourself, right? Bullish divergence. Buy signal, break out of the downward trend line. All that good stuff. Right? Sneaky higher low, buy signal, breaking out, one last drop, and then off to the races. So still trending hard. Still trending hard. Ooh, whale alert. 90 million USDC. Cool. Cool. Sweet. Bum, 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 bum. What else? So that's Tron. Let's switch over to the Magnificent Seven. Ooh, we only have like 15 more minutes because I've kind of capped myself today. PLTR down 4.6%. We're in the relief rally stage, so eventually expecting the bounce to get sold off. Google continues to drop. We covered the bearish divergence. The 200-week estimate is down here at 164. Let's see. What do we have over here? Apple. Google. Where's Google? We have gaps over here. The automatic gap detector on Google dropping down. You can see the reversal candle up here. February 3rd was the top, right? It won't always be the top, but it is a warning sign, right? Reverse candle at the bottom of this pivot, April 7th. Thing of beauty. Reverse candle at the top, February 3rd. But obviously there's more to it than that because there was reverse candle, and it wasn't the top. So sometimes it will be the top. You could probably adjust the settings on it to filter out some of these reversal candles. Um, and you'd have to do that for each asset. But I keep it more general on the settings so it picks up more of them, right? So Google is breaking down 291. There's a 6.8% gap down here at two. Mic check, good. 211, right? Get another small gap down here, and of course the 200-week estimate at 163. Look out below. What else? Google, Microsoft. Boom. We talked about filling this gap at 396 all the way at the top, bearish divergence, double top. Microsoft just broke down and retested the 200-week SMA. So it got very close, similar to Bitcoin, pumped up 8%, and then dropped straight back down and went below the 200-week SMA. Meta, TQQQQ, Netflix, playing out very similar on this pending buy signal over here on February 25th. There's a lot of similarities to this relief rally over here. Not exact, but similar. Amazon, NASDAQ futures, one target so far. Loading target 2. QQQQ, NVIDIA, SP 500. Lost support on the weekly chart. SPY, Dow Jones, dollar. SMCI dropped way below, right? Tesla, Russell, Apple. And let's see, switch over here. Let's look for some gaps. Let's go gap hunting. Apple, small gap here at 234. I mean, tiny gap. So, but it'll find it. Once the gap is filled, like it was over here at Microsoft, it disappears, right? So, new gap up here at 478. Almost filled this gap over here at 367. NVIDIA, a lot of gaps. If there are a lot of small gaps, that equals very similar to the bigger gaps. Yep, covered it. Cool. Better late than never. You could always rewatch it. You helped me nail on top of VC. Cool. Tom Watkinson, Z3. So we got to keep going. I got 10 more minutes. Let's keep rock and rolling. Got to do some chart requests all within that 10 minutes, but I want to get through all this in the video. A lot of gaps below. Reverse candle to bottom, thing of beauty. 200-week SMA down here at $88-ish. Tesla has a couple of gaps below and above. I forget what I'm pointing out here. QQQQ, a lot of gaps below in QQQQ. We have automatic gap detection on here. Right there. Gap detection. Boom. QQQ, SPY. Gaps below. Look out below. IWM. Gaps below. TQQQQQ. Gaps below. AVGO. Gaps below. Google. Pretty big gap below. MU. The bearish divergence at the top. Bearish divergence. Even had bearish divergence back here. This is daily chart. RSI sell signal. And regular sell signal. A lot of gaps below. A lot of gaps below. 200-week estimate is down here at 112. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. So there we go. A lot. Signal picked this up on the indicator for a bounce. I mean, the screener picked it up, right? The screener. Did it post it? Let's see. Yeah. So the signal, the alert signal went off yesterday in the Discord, and then the teaser signal goes off over here in the X. So you can see over here there was a buy signal, and that went off, and then you can see today it pushes up higher, right? So signal was at $22 to start the day, and now it's pushed up off of it. So it's very close to have caught it before. It caught it before this big push up today, right? So the alert goes off. The full signal alert goes off in the Discord first, and then later on, the teaser signal gets pushed out onto X. So keep that in mind. Obviously, Discord members for $49 a month is getting our pre-built signal alerts from the screener itself. I'm not pushing those out. The screener is based off of what I set up on the screener. And of course, you could set up similar alerts for yourself. And if you find something better, awesome. Share it with the group, and we will update the screener alert signals. They're posting bullish and bearish signals but on X, I'm only doing the bullish signals for right now because I don't want to overdo it. So you get all the bullish and bearish signals that are getting pushed out from the screener, hopefully before the big moves happen. So, woo, exciting stuff. So with that, I think we're going to call it on the watch list, and we'll switch gears over to, starting to break back down, 69,500. We'll get over here to the chart request. So let's get rock and rolling. I got 7 minutes to knock this out. Comments. All right, let's go back up here. Corn. There it is. Boom. Go, Tron, go. Go, Tron, go. Go, Tron, go. Well, do we have time to update this? Let's see. Not really. Oh, nice. Pump it. Pump it up. Let's do this. Real time. Oh, yeah, buddy. Go. 248%. How are we looking? Oh, fire. Right? 88 on daily RSI. It's crazy. Over here, RSI got all the way up to 99. Oh, mic check. Hold on. Mic check. Good. All right. Got all the way up to 99. But it gapped up, right? So it was pumping. This was at, RSI was at 95, and then it gapped up hard. Come on, give me a gap up. Give me this massive one time. Give me 189% gap up, please. That would be insane for my option calls. Be good for the stock too, but come on, one time. Come on, stay focused, Jesse. Let's go. I am focused. Relax. Bullish on the daily chart. Well below a downward sloping 200-week SMA, but bullish on the weekly chart. Jesse, you have the music on. I know. 2-week chart. Seems like it wants to retest the 200. Hasn't retested it since January 2024. Three-week chart. So all the time frames are bullish: daily, weekly, 2-week, 3-week chart. And this would be the first monthly close for corn above the trending dots since January 2023. So it's been in a bear market since April 2022. It seems like it wants to retest the 200-week SMA. So hopefully that helps. It's getting closer and closer to possibly buy the dip season on it. You can see after this monthly close over here, when it was well below the 200-week SMA and below the trailing dots, once it flipped bullish over here on the monthly chart and closed above the trailing dots and then had the buy signal, there was a massive pump. You can see from this monthly close all the way up here. Will that happen again? I don't know. Well, I guess it's not massive, 113%, but this could be a macro higher low. It's possible, right? So there's a lot of positives on it. Hopefully that helps. All right, keep going. We gotta go. Everybody wants SNDK when it's pumping, right? Or just the same person. There's nothing you can even talk about, right? There's no chart history on it. It's bullish, ultra bullish. Could be bearish divergence on the weekly chart. Is the top in? Bearish divergence here on the daily. On the daily chart. Is the top in? $1,600%. Is the top in? bearish divergence. A lower high is the higher probability. You have a gap, a tiny gap there, tiny gap here. So, yep, covered it. TNZ. Oh, ran out of time. TNZ. Ultra bullish on all time frames. So me personally, I wouldn't be chasing this. I don't know what your position is. And me personally, I wouldn't be ready to short this either. So, you know, is it a good time to take profit? Maybe. Yeah, late request, and I got to jump off here right at 10. So just remind me tomorrow. You're talking about that it was bullish, whatever, on it. But yeah, remind me tomorrow. We can take a look at it. LAC, last one. Still a big gap down here that hasn't been filled at 327. Bearish on the daily chart. Bearish on the weekly chart. Bear market since November 2021. So with that, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for helping me help you, help me with the algorithms. Smash the like button, comment, repost, restream, all that. Help keep these live streaming, pumping, rocking and rolling, all that. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good evening wherever you're at. And we will see you on the next live stream. Adios.